right, let's hit the field.
It's Saturday, October 19th, and it was Game 5 of the American League Championship Series, and Carlos Rodon was on the hill, trying to lead the Yankees to their first World Series appearance in 15 years. My recap, your reactions coming up next. This is Pinstripe Territory.
Welcome to the New York City.
Pinstripe Territory.
Just when they thought I was out,
They pull me back in.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. What a night for the Yankees. Sorry for the delay in starting the show, guys. I wanted to watch the celebration. I wanted to take it all in as a fan. I wanted to give you guys a chance to do the same. I'm still watching it on the screen over here, so if I seem a little distracted, that's why. I also just remembered that I forgot to update the belt, but we all know who it's going to be. Anyway, this was, without a doubt, an all-time series. Really, the Yankees should have gone 5-0 in this series. And all year long, we heard questions about whether this team could come together in a big moment and win a big game, or whether they could hit in the postseason, which they haven't done in recent years, whether they had it in them to go to that extra gear and win in the playoffs. And today, they answered a lot of questions. And now, for the 41st time in their franchise history, the Yankees are headed to the World Series. I began this channel in 2019, shortly after the Yankees signed Gerrit Cole. And since that day, I've been waiting to say the words that I say to you now. The Yankees are American League champions. And listen, we're going to take this in. We're going to enjoy this. We're going to soak in this for a few days. But Yankees fans know that the work is not finished. For the Yankees, getting to the World Series is fun. And for a lot of franchises, that's enough. But for the New York Yankees, it is not enough. Championship number 28 is up for grabs. It will either be the Dodgers or the Mets. Right now, the Dodgers are one win away from the World Series. And for the first time all season, I agree with Aaron Boone when he says it is right in front of us. Juan Soto with one of the biggest home runs in Yankee history.
pay that man his money.
It was an epic at bat. 8 pitches, I think. Hunter Gaddis was dealing. He was mixing and matching, and Soto gave him the shuffle and the little head nod like, I gotcha. They mentioned he did the same thing to Justin Verlander in 2019. We saw him do that a couple of times this year, and when he does it, baby, it usually means good things are happening. And he tomahawked one. He got under it. It got a lot of backspin, but he took it out of the ballpark off of a very good pitcher. And wow, just one of the biggest home runs you'll ever see. I think it's fair to say that offseason trade worked out. They say that you have to get good pitchers early in the game. The Yankees did not do that tonight. Tanner Bybee was good. They let him off the hook in the first inning when he was struggling. They left the bases loaded. And then after that, Bybee locked in and dominated into the middle of the game. He was much better tonight than he was in Game 2. Cutter was filthy. Sweeper was dropping off the table. Lefties were having all sorts of problems with the changeup. Meanwhile, Rodon was just so-so. We'll dig into his outing more in just a minute. Not bad, not terrible, just kind of so-so. Very much like Gerrit Cole in Game 2, Clark Schmidt in Game 3. Double plays killed the Yankees for a lot of the night. They hit into double plays into 3 innings in a row. I thought Giancarlo Stanton was having the worst at-bats that we've seen from him this entire postseason, swinging at pitches a foot outside, falling off of balance on two-seamers inside. And then all of a sudden, in the top of the 6th inning, he smoked one into the left field seats to tie the game at 2 off of Tanner Bybee. And that was one of the big swings. Everybody's going to remember the Juan Soto home run, but I haven't seen if they've announced the series MVP yet, but it's got to be Giancarlo Stanton. He had 4 home runs in the series. He's got 5 in the playoffs now. And look, I think I know now why he's so slow. It has nothing to do with his legs. It has everything to do with what he's carrying around.
He's got a lot of fucking balls.
Unbelievable. Tim Hill kind of let the umpire get to him a little bit, but Oswaldo Cabrera bailed him out with a tremendous defensive play. I'm telling you, he's a big moment player. He had a chance to pick up a hit tonight. He didn't get it, but he came up big on defense. I think I might rather see Oswaldo in there at third base in the World Series than Jazz Chisholm at this point. Chisholm has looked bad. He did have a big hit tonight late in the game off of Clase, but got stranded. Impressive outing by Jake Cousins. Nice job by Luke Weaver. But the stories of the night will be Giancarlo Stanton and Juan Soto. I'm under orders not to choke on my water anymore on stream. Let's talk a little bit about Carlos Rodon. Third start of the postseason, second start of this series. He was dominating in game one, just okay tonight. First inning began with 2 strikeouts, and then pretty good play by Jazz to get the speedy Jose Ramirez. Jazz has a damn cannon over there at third base. Not hitting much, but cannon, absolute cannon at third base. Second inning, he had a 10-pitch battle with Bo Naylor that ended up in a double down the right field line, gave the Guardians the early lead. Leadoff walk in the third inning, but he pitched out of it. Really easy fourth inning, about 5 or 6 pitches. Got his pitch count back under control. I thought he might go deeper into the game, but fifth inning, kind of ran into trouble, served up a double to Jimenez, a line drive single to Kwan. They mentioned on the broadcast that he looked way more comfortable against right-handed hitters tonight than against lefties. I have to agree. Bloop double on a ball that Judge almost made an incredible catch on. Looked like he had it in the tip of the glove. Thought you might have like a little ice cream cone moment there, but it popped out. And that was pretty much the end of his night. 4 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. About par for the course for starting pitchers this postseason. Let's talk a little bit about Giancarlo Stanton. I mean, just an unbelievable series. We call him Nuclear Stanton, but I don't even think that covers it anymore. He's Supernova Stanton. He's Big Bang Stanton. He once visited the Virgin Islands. They are now known as the Islands. He's on one of those Shane Spencer kind of streaks, or Reggie Jackson. I can't think of a lot of performances better. I put together some that are comparable. You had Carlos Beltran in 2004. He hit .435 with 8 home runs. Barry Bonds in 2002, .356 with 8 home runs, but I don't really count that one because he was so pumped up, full of God knows what. Randy Arozarena had 10 home runs in the postseason in 2020 out of 29 hits. Daniel Murphy, 7 home runs in 9 games with the 2015 Mets. But not a lot of guys have had multiple humongous postseasons like Giancarlo Stanton has. 6 home runs in 7 games in the 2020 postseason. I'll never forget that home run he hit off of Tyler Glasnow in San Diego. One of the more majestic shots that you'll ever see. And right now we're watching the Yankees pose for the team picture. They got the American League champion gray T-shirts on. We're seeing Jazz and Soto hug. All the attention seems to be on Soto. He had the big swing of the night. But Big G also needs to get some love, and we're seeing him now. Wow. Big G. I mean, what can you say about the man? He's in the middle of another all-time postseason, and something tells me that he's not done. I think he's going to turn it up even to another level when you get to the World Series. I think he's got to. And it'd be interesting to see who we face. The Dodgers, their bullpen has been pitching well, but I don't know if they can match the Yankees in terms of starting pitching. I would love to beat Yamamoto because of the way this offseason worked out. It would be even better if, if he gets outpitched by Luis Heel, who basically took the spot in the rotation that Yamamoto would have occupied. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for a little bit. But this was one of the best all-time series that I've ever watched. I mean, back and forth games, all series. You have to give the Guardians a ton of credit. They were pesky. They were picking up all sorts of, 2-out hits, 2-strike hits, big home runs. Game 3 was devastating the way they came back on us. And, when I think about the pantheon of series that I've seen in my life, I think about the 95 Division Series, which unfortunately the Yankees lost. Same thing with the 01 World Series, 2 great series. The 96 World Series with the Braves was amazing because the Yankees were down 0-2, and then they fought back. There were some really tight games right down to the wire in the ninth inning of Game 6 when they won it. There was that pop-up foul that Charlie Hayes fell into the dugout on, the play right before the final pop-out that ended the series. 2003, Aaron Boone's walk-off home run off of the late Tim Wakefield. Rest in peace. It's a shame that they canceled the 2004 series after 3 games because I would have liked to have seen how that one ended. We had late comebacks. We had managerial chess. We had both teams' bullpens completely spent. Giancarlo going supernova. Aaron Judge and Juan Soto both hitting big home runs. Soto had 3 home runs in the series. Stanton had 4. Judge had 2. You had Volpe, with the big base hit and the stolen base last night. You had Gleyber Torres playing a huge, huge role in this series. Line drives all over the place. Great at-bats. He's hitting .297 in the postseason. You had Soto coming up big when it counts. Rizzo with a couple of big hits in this series. You had amazing relief pitching early in the series from Luke Weaver, and now late in the series, Jake Cousins had some big games. Tim Hill, just incredible. And say it with me, baby. We're going to the World Series next week. All right, we got 6 super chats, and then we will get to the recap, the play-by-play, the blow-by-blow. O'Hagan with the $49.99 super chat. Thank you so much. He says, I am proud to be a Yankee fan. You are not alone. Referee says, pay Soto his money.
Pay that man his money.
Colin Brown also saying, pay that man his money. You know what? You guys are donating to me. You should donate to Juan Soto. Donate to Hal Steinbrenner and send these same messages. Here, take my $10, take my $5, take my $50. Ian1216 says, we are partying it up in Port Chester tonight. I can barely hear Derek, but we're going back to the World Series. All right, babe. And then Stone Cold says, I don't care if you have to pay Soto $1 billion. Find a way to keep him. Right now, it looks like they're handing out the American League Championship trophy, so I'm just going to kind of turn my attention here. Over 1,800 in the chat, combined YouTube and X. So go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Wow, I'm blowing this. I can't believe the night we just had. I'm going way faster than usual. Eclipse Mega Show says, coming in live so fast, really way too fast. I can't help it, man. I'm excited. And we got Hal Steinbrenner holding up the American League Championship trophy. Now Aaron Boone, he's giving it to Aaron Judge, the captain. And we're going to see the series MVP trophy handed off here soon. I have a hunch it is going to be Giancarlo Stanton, but there is that possibility that it goes to Juan Soto because of his big home run tonight. And we're hearing Hal Steinbrenner speak a little bit. Never doubt, never panic.
Just every day went out and did their job.
Those hats are kind of dope, man. Those American League Championship hats.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
My goodness.
Coming on over to you, Brian. Coming to you. The architect of this team.
Wow. Sorry for the dead air. We're seeing Brian Cashman get his flowers wearing a hoodie. It's like half suit, half hoodie. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that. Oh, it's just like it looks like a suit jacket. It's got that texture, but it's a hoodie. I would expect nothing less of Brian Cashman. Chorn Boy Production says Juan Soto was insane today. He was insane all year long. Over 1,700 in the chat. All right, I'm going to turn this down. We're going to get to the recap here.
All right, let's go. Let's get it going.
See the final score there, 5-2. Reminder to like and subscribe here. Gleyber Torres led off the game with an opposite field single. On base again. Juan Soto smoked one into the right field gap. Guardians made an incredible relay to nail Gleyber Torres at home. Not sure you need to send him there. Nobody out. Judge coming up. Rojas has been kind of iffy, kind of shaky over there at the third base coach spot this year. We still have not seen who is getting the ALCS MVP trophy, but I will alert you when we find out. Got the game up on Max here. Yankees had 2 hits and 2 hit batters in the first inning and didn't score. Left the bases loaded. So kind of a wasted opportunity. If they score there, maybe this dramatic home run in the 10th inning doesn't happen. Bottom 2, Guardians jumped out in front of the aforementioned double by Bo Naylor that I talked about before when I was talking about Rodon. Got to give him credit. Tough at bat. Bybee retired 10 in a row at one point. Volpe led off the 5th with an absolute laser beam to center field, but Austin Wells bounced into a double play to wipe him out. I was hoping that after the home run last night, Austin Wells would maybe get going a bit, but he continues to have kind of tough at bats. He did have a walk late in the game that was, big, but I want to see better at bats from him in the World Series. We had Rocchio and Jimenez making double plays just like all series, just looking phenomenal. Got to give them credit, give them their flowers. Just phenomenal defense from the Guardians. But Rocchio dropped a big double play ball or a force out late in the game. Looks like they're handing off the series MVP to Stanton. And he is all smiles, man. That grin. Good start to the top of the 6th inning for the Yankees. Back-to-back singles from Torres and Soto to set things up for Judge, but he banged into the easiest 6-4-3 double play you'll ever see in your life. But that set things up for Giancarlo Stanton, who is officially the series MVP.
Nice Stantonian blast.
We're going to add that to the stats. Guys, I'm losing my mind. So rarely do we get to see nights like this. It's special, man. It's special. 2-run shot into the left field seats, 4th home run of the series, 5th home run of the postseason. The first thing that came to mind to me was why do you pitch to him? Why pitch to him at all? And we see him holding up the ALCS MVP trophy now. You might remember there is no MVP officially in the division series, so we had a little vote on this channel, and he was awarded series MVP by you, the fan. So really, he's our entire playoff MVP. Both series. I'm not even calling him Nuclear Stanton anymore. Supernova Stanton. Bottom 6, outstanding job by Tim Hill. Big 4-4-3 double play by Gleyber Torres. Bottom 7, Tim Hill had some issues with the umpire not giving him pitches that were at the top of the zone. Kind of hung in there, made his pitch, got a big double play grounder to Oswaldo Cabrera. Perfectly unassisted double play. Just a huge job for Cabrera there. Huge outing from Jake Cousins. He faced 5 hitters. He got 4 outs, all of them strikeouts. Emmanuel Clase redeemed himself a little bit tonight. Came in for the 9th, got Judge to fly out to right field. I thought Judge just missed that one. And then he struck out Stanton with a 101-mile-an-hour cutter. I swear to God, if Stanton had made contact on that pitch, it would have left Ohio. Jazz Chisholm picked up a line drive single to right field, but he was going on the first pitch. Oswaldo hit one right at the shortstop who was covering the bag, and he was eliminated. Luke Weaver came in for the 9th inning, and easy 1-2-3 inning. Top 10. Wells with the big walk, and then very good at bat against Hunter Gaddis from Verdugo. Hit a ground ball that should have been a force out at second. Shortstop dropped the ball, and then with 2 runners on base, Gaddis struck out Gleyber Torres, and that set things up for Juan Soto, and he delivered one of the greatest at bats you'll ever see. One of a kind, baby. 3-run home run to make it 5-2 Yankees, an all-time 8-pitch at bat. And say it with me one more time tonight. Pay that man his money.
Pay that man his money.
That's 3 times tonight we've said pay that man his money. Oh, man. I don't mind wearing out that sound effect. Yankees win in 5, and they're headed to the World Series.
Ball game over. Yankees win. Yankees win.
tonight's belt really could go to a number of guys, could be a team belt, but I think we have to give it to the man who had one of the biggest swings in Yankees history, Mr. Juan Soto. And guys, I'm loving the celebration on the field. Giancarlo looks so pumped. He's grinning ear to ear. My goodness. Albert Jr. says this is what postseason baseball is all about. 41st American League Championship for the New York Yankees. They will play in the World Series beginning on the 25th. I believe that's Friday night. We still got to settle what happens in the NLCS. We got the Dodgers and Mets playing tomorrow in LA. If the Mets win, they will force a Game 7. I wanted the Mets, but I think, honestly, the Dodgers might be a better matchup for the Yankees. Man, I just feel incredible right now, guys. I'm a little verklempt. This is, wow, incredible. We got Aaron Judge finally breaking through in the postseason. Couple of big home runs in this series. The huge home run off of Class A. Now, because the Yankees won the series, I don't know if that becomes a total legacy moment, right? I mean, it's a side note a little bit because you lost the game. But, by the way, I just lost the game. Oh, I was doing so well. Anyway, you lost that game, and, it kind of gets forgotten. Juan Soto is going to be what you remember from this series, and Giancarlo Stanton's unbelievable stretch. But Judge's home run against Class A the other night was humongous. All right, let's take a few comments here. I think we got a couple more super chats here. Jersey Joe says, how about the belt to the Yankees, the other Yankees, the rest of them? Team belt. No, we're going Soto tonight. We'll give them a team belt if they win the World Series. How about that? We'll just, we'll break out a special belt. Peter Van Usen says, I can cash out my Yankees to win the World Series I placed a month ago, but I refuse. Let's win it all. Pay Soto whatever he wants. Pay him everything. Rothman says, Aaron Boone, move over. Here comes Soto. Maybe Juan Soto will be managing the Yankees in a few years. And another one from Peter here. He says, petition to change G unit to G spot. He hits different. I like it. That's a good one. All right. So there you have it. The Yankees are headed to the World Series. Just an incredible run. Let's go ahead and take some final comments, final thoughts, and then we'll be in wait-and-see mode to see who we play in the World Series. Reminder to call into the voicemail, 718-899-1068. We might do a couple of shows in between now and the World Series. I'm definitely going to do a World Series preview. I don't know with whom yet. We'll see. But we'll do a voicemail show at some point tomorrow. So be sure to call in for that. And let's see here. Got another super chat here. Jay says, I love this team. And then Colin Brown says, the way that Soto was nodding his head after each foul ball was epic. He knew he had Gaddis's number. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. When he gave him that shuffle and that little head nod, like, I got you, baby. I got you. So, guys, a lot of you have been with me all year long. A lot of you have been with me for several years. We did the 2019 ALCS post games, and those ended in heartbreaking fashion. That series ended in heartbreaking fashion. In 22, we got swept, and my beloved cat Joba died the day of Game 3, and so I was just in a depressed mood. But this year has legit been one of the best years of my life. Getting a chance to work with the guys at Foul Territory and meet all of the amazing people there. We've had so many big guests on this show. We trade for Juan Soto. He has an incredible year. Pretty much everybody stays healthy, aside from Cole missing the first couple of months. The channel has grown exponentially, by the way. Like and subscribe. Help us get up to 50,000 subscribers. And I just wanted to take a second to thank all you guys, because this has been amazing. I did something stupid today. So I went to the fair. I took my wife to the fair this morning, the state fair. And they have this game where you throw baseballs at, like, bottles. And if you break 2 bottles, you can win like a stuffed animal. And my wife wanted me to win this dog that looks like our dog that we had a dog that passed away on opening day this year. And I wanted to win the dog for her. So I threw as hard as I could. I didn't warm up or anything. And I smashed 2 bottles and I won the game, but I threw my back out. So I've been hunched over all day. I've been getting treatment. I've been like putting heat on. I've been sitting in the massage chair and all that stuff. And I'm not going to lie, like I'm in excruciating pain right now, but the Yankees have made it somewhat tolerable. I think forever I will remember just the pain that I was suffering through while I was watching the end of this game. I don't know if some of you might have missed this. My dad has the best story ever about Reggie in the World Series. So he was working at the phone company, and it was 1977, and the walls of the phone company are thick. You couldn't get radio signal in there. They didn't have a TV. He's a huge Yankees fan like me. And so what he did was he opened the back doors of the phone company. And across the street, there's this pasture, cattle pasture or whatever. And he just pulled up his pickup truck to the door and turned on the radio as loud as he could. And then he's listening to the game. And at some point he hears a sound and he walks out into the hallway, and a 2,000-pound cow had walked into the into the phone company. And he thought his career was over at that point. Luckily, the cow took off, and he piled a bunch of chairs in the doorway to block any further cows from wandering in. And then he listened to the radio to hear Reggie hit 3 home runs. That's about the best baseball story I can think of. But I don't have anything that cool, but I'll always remember tonight watching this game in extreme and agonizing pain and in extreme jubilation at the same time. So, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for joining after every game this season. We got 4 wins to go. We got a maximum of 7 games left. I will be here for every single one of them. Tune in, like and subscribe, call into the voicemail, 718-899-1068. We do voicemails after every single game. Ladies and gentlemen, Yankees, your 2024 American League champions. I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to watch the clubhouse celebration. To all, a good night.
Ball game over.
If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like and give us a subscribe. It helps other Yankees fans find the channel. We're also on all your favorite podcast platforms and social media. Join the community, have some fun. We're here after every game. This is Pinstripe Territory.